What's going on, everybody? This is Temperature Check. I am your host, as always, man. Mr. Check the Temperature. How y'all doing? And before we get started with today's content, I must do what I always do anytime you see me on your screen, and that is thank you for the likes, comments, shares, and most importantly, those subscriptions. Whether you be a day one or someone who just locked in with me today, man, I greatly appreciate it. And if you loving the content, you loving the videos, man, follow me on Twitter and on Instagram. Mr. Check the Temperature on both of them platforms. But let's get started with today's topic. So, man, Hollow the Don takes to his YouTube and puts out a statement in regards to the North situation and kind of brings it full circle and talks about why he is not on the URL, why we're not seeing him battle consistently. And so before we get into this, I want to just say shout out Hollow the Don from the beginning because, one, it's a lot of people in life that are willing to go 100 miles an hour on every single situation. But every situation in life does not need that type of energy. Some of that stuff you need to be able to brush to the side. But there are certain situations in life where you have to take a stand for yourself as a man. There's certain situations in life where you have to take a stance not only for yourself as a man, but for your family and for your future and for your legacy. And that's all that Hollow the Don is doing. So whether you agree with it or you don't agree with it, what I'm saying is I appreciate it and I respect it because there's a lot of people out here that would either go 100 miles an hour with every situation, so you never know how seriously to take them. And it's some people that are willing to get walked over on. And Hollow the Don is willing to fight for this particular circumstance. And again, I can do nothing more but respect his opinion and respect his stance on it. So let's get right off into it, man. So he takes to his YouTube channel and puts out a statement regarding the Norbs situation. Now, by now, everyone know that Norbs is suing the URL Smack White Beasley Chico for $40 million for money that he feels that he is owed because of the work that he's put in for the URL, how he helped establish their brand, how he helped bring in some of the highest talent, honestly, the URL has ever had. The Hitman Hollers, the Twerks, the John the Dons, band battles, the PG, like some of this stuff is Norbs. And Norbs is tied directly to it. Some battle rappers can say they had more communications with Norbs until they reached the main stage than they did with Smack and Beasley. So Norbs was with a lot of their day-to-day operations. And Hollow the Don is one of those day ones. He's one of the pillars of battle rap. When you think of the URL and you think of battle rap, outside, of course, you got to think Lux, you got to think Hollow the Don, you got to think Goods, you got to think Math, you got to think T-Rex. Like, some of these individuals were literally, when we say brick by brick, shout out to RBE, when they talk about brick by brick, that is what they mean, literally being there from the day one all the way to present day. And so what Hollow the Don is seeing with Norbs and the URL is that he feels like they did Norbs bad. He feels like they mistreated him and they should have gave him some kickback for the amount of work and the amount of years that he put in. In my last video, I agree with that. You can't have someone who was so instrumental and so vital to your success be pushed out the door or pushed to the side and given nothing on the back end. If nothing else, you give him a severance package with a non-disclosure agreement, therefore protecting yourself from any secrets that he knows about that he can then sell to the community or publish a book. What do you think tell-all books come from? What are we talking about right now? What are we talking about right? This is common sense. This is hood knowledge, right? Everyone wants to be street. Everyone claims to be hood. Well, this is basic hood politics. You give somebody hush. That's what a severance package and a non-disclosure is, pretty much hush money in corporate America. So that's what he's saying. Norb should have been able to get that. But now you got a bigger problem on your hands because now you got Norb suing for $40 million. And then what Hollow the Don is saying, there's a reason that Norbs is suing for $40 million because he knows your books. He knows how much money you actually are generating. So he's trying to figure out, if you guys signed a $113 million deal, Norbs is suing for $40 million. Why is this such a big deal when I asked for a couple more thousand? Specifically, if this battle is going to be either on live on caffeine only and then go straight to the URL app, therefore taking away the amount of exposure battle rappers have on the URL platform. He has a valid point. Again, that's a valid point because no one can see, unless you have the app, unless you watch caffeine that day in real time or you screen record. That's the only kind of exposure that these battlers are gonna get. And for someone like Hollow the Don, he doesn't, his life dream is not to be a battle rapper. He has other goals and other aspirations that he's trying to achieve, and battle rap is that platform that's helping to elevate that. But it limits his elevation if all his battles only come out on the URL. That only goes to a specific demographic. I get it. I understand what he's saying. I understand that when battles do 1 million views in a week, that he's saying goods. Your battle did 1 million views in a week. They pay an industry rapper who already is making tons and tons of money. They pay him 3-4 times the amount of money they paid you. But you get that one-time payment and you don't get any residuals. You're not compensated for doing 1 million views in a week. He's saying that when the URL makes a certain amount of money or they reach a certain benchmark, there should be some kickback and some incentive or some residuals to the battle rappers who's actually putting in the works. Because like what I've said, why I've been so impressed with battle rap is because these people bust their ass for weeks upon weeks to cater to one event. They rap, whether it be a 1 round, a 3 round, 3:30, 5 minutes, unlimited. They can only use that material one time in life. Because if they use it again, we then will critique them for copying that. So they have to be original every single time they take that stage. I do think they need to be compensated more. That's crazy. But I'll say this, Hollow, and you even admitted it. You're not trying to get residuals for battles that you've already done, that you've already completed, contracts that have already met the agreement. You got to take that one on the chin, and you're willing to take that loss. But you're saying moving forward, you need more. I agree. But what I'll tell you and what he's trying to tell you, and he's not the only one that's saying this. It's other battlers that's saying this. It's other battlers that's doing this. There's a reason a lot of the prominent, more established battle rappers are not showing up every time. There's a reason why Mook only battles so often. There's a reason why Goods only battles so often. There's another thing I really want to touch on real quick. Battle rappers, y'all got to have multiple streams of revenue. And it can't be involved in battle rap. Like a lot of you guys I see are doing a lot of great stuff. You have your battle rap stuff. You have your music stuff. You might have t-shirts, merchandise things, apparel, things of that nature. But there needs to be an additional source of revenue because all that is surrounded around battle rap. And battle rap could easily be a temporary thing. They could wake up tomorrow and all the leagues say, we're done with this and walk away from it. And then where are the battles is at? Because there's no 401k for battle rap. There's no retirement plan for battle rap. There's no health benefits for battle rap. So you have to be able to set yourself up for success outside of battle rap. Battle rap should be the icing on the cake. It cannot be the primary source of your income. I don't give a damn if you're Sue Surf. I don't give a damn if you're Loaded Lux, Murder Mook, Goods, Hollow the Don. But it's not for them. That's what you gotta, these established artists, they've realized, especially if they've had some mainstay success. Why do you think Hitman Holla wants 40, 50,000 every time he touches the stage? Because what's happened is some of the more popular battle rappers that have been able to elevate even past and further than what battle rap has given them, they've been able to go to mainstream platforms and mainstream media and see how much money is really invested in battle rap and see how much money, oh, well, it costs this much for a venue. It costs this much for marketing. It costs this much for promotion. It costs this much for the tickets. It costs X, Y, and Z for security, X, Y, and Z for liquor licenses. They do all that math in their head, and they like, hold on, wait a minute. There's more money out. There's more money in this bucket than what we think. But the problem is with battle rappers, you allow them to set their market value for you. And what Hollow the Don is saying, y'all need to set y'all market value for yourself. And that's what he's doing for himself. He's saying, I'm setting my market value is, I'll take less front money if you give me residuals. I'll take less money if there's some incentive, if we can agree upon an incentivized contract. But that's the key. You need to agree upon that contract. So Hollow the Don is saying, you got me in the past, but you know, like my dad said, I was born that night, but it wasn't last night. So everything that happened that night, I'll push that to the side. I'll take that L. But moving forward, as an individual entity, as an individual company, myself, Hollow the Don, I will be needing more. And I'm not mad at that. But we gotta get battle rappers to learn the art of negotiation. Because as a company, the URL, if I say I want $2,000 for a battle, but they think that I'm worth $20,000 for that battle, they're only gonna pay what I asked for. Now, if I know that, if I can show and I can prove that I'm worth X amount of dollars, and this is why you need to pay me $20,000 instead of $2,000, that is how you negotiate. When you talk about raises, right? When you talk about raises in your everyday life, when I go in front of my boss, I show him everything that I've accomplished since I've been there, how I've elevated, how I've fixed holes within the system, and I have put a value on my work that's higher now than what they previously paid me at. So I need to be compensated as such. That's basic business. That's basic foundation of how you handle your business, how you handle your responsibilities as an adult. So I don't think anything that Hollow the Don was saying is wrong. But what I'm saying is we need to make sure that these battle rappers are negotiating. They need to learn what their true value is. I've always said, when Caffeine and the URL partner for $113 million, every top tier should have got a car. It don't need to be a Mercedes. It could have been a Nissan Altima. But guess what? Some of them battle rappers don't have cars, so that Nissan Altima is a Mercedes to them. But see, what you have now, URL, remember I said it's going to cost, this lawsuit is going to cost y'all more than $40 million. It's now going to start costing y'all. Contracts are going to be looking different. They're going to be structured differently now. Battle rappers are starting to count your pockets, URL, Caffeine. They starting to count your pockets, and the money ain't adding up. That's strike 2.5. I keep coming back to that. We don't know what y'all can say, Smack can say what he did or did not make, but it's crazy. Why would there has to be an extreme amount of money involved? Caffeine is not waking up, watching a couple battles and saying we want to invest $113 million into battle rap. And make no mistake about it, Caffeine, your backbone, your foundation of your live stream is off of battle rap. Last week, no events, right? 20,000, you dropped 20,000 spots in 1 week in popularity. Why? Because battle rap is your backbone. It is your foundation. I'm telling you right now, man, I really think that Hollow the Don may be on to something. And if he's willing to die on this hill, my brother, salute to you. Because a lot of people wouldn't do it. And a lot of people can't do it because, again, all of their money is tied into battle rap. They don't know how to make money outside of battle rap. That's why you need multiple streams of revenue. Yeah, I do this YouTube thing, but I got a main job. I got a side, a second part-time, a third part-time. I got a new part-time coming up. Multiple streams of revenue, because you never know what's going to happen. If 2020 hasn't showed you anything, it showed us that you cannot be comfortable where we're at. Because in a moment's notice, it's a business. That business could close down. That business could cut ties with you. That business could want to operate in a smaller capacity, and you could be out on your ass on a job. So this is Temperature Check, man. I am Mr. Check the Temperature. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. And like always, man, we just getting started.